I believe in.
Hello, everybody. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Dundersnuff, Moojuice, Jonathan Lockridge, welcome in. Moojuice, thank you so much for the sub, man. 2 months, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's been a pleasure having you hang out with me while I stream. I really do appreciate the sub there. And John Lockridge picking up your Crux Terminalis box today. Awesome. Yeah, post some pictures, man. Show us how it looks. We gotta see these new minis. I haven't seen anyone post up pictures of those in the community yet, so that'll be good. All right, let's jump in. Ooh, that looks extra dark. Okay, it's not too dark. Okay, let's go ahead and get going on these minis. If the old man eyes can't see, guys, let me know. We're gonna start with the shoulder pads. That's what we're starting, and we're just trying to avoid the trim. So we're gonna go shoulder pads first on these 12 Noise Marines. And these will be gold, so we don't have to worry about this little like faux Aquila here. Try. Not sure we'll be getting into after work today, but I'll put yeah. And just, you know, as you're working on them, let us know how the progress is. I know a lot of people are really curious about that box and like what the Terminators are like and everything. So it'll be good to know. Educational purposes. That's why you're assembling these minis so quick, and you need the extra hobby time. You know. Just gotta tell the family that. This is for the greater community. Big boy last night? Oh, what did you buy? What'd you buy? Was it a knight or what? Or a greater demon or what'd you get? Was it like Frisch's big boy or something else? Oh, the Lord of Skulls, nice. What a ridiculous mini, but that is awesome. That's really cool. Go one unit of Assault Terminators with Lightning Claws, the other with Thunder Hammers. Yeah, that totally makes sense. I had a squad of Assault Terminators back in the day with my my old Space Marine army that I sold and regret selling, as I regret selling all my minis. But I only had 5 of them, but I equipped them with... I did like 3 Lightning Claws, or 2 Lightning Claws and 3 Thunder Hammers, I think, to mix up like the durability and then the like power armor damage. And yeah, that's kind of how I would run mine back in the day. I'm not sure what the viability is. I remember the Thunder Hammers would give them a chance to blow up vehicles, so if like dreadnoughts attacked me or something like that, I wouldn't just be stuck in combat for the rest of the game. That was ye old 5th edition mindset. Oh, I guess celebration of excellent staging in my game. As a celebration of excellent staging in my game, so not getting table. Hey, there you go. All right. Well, congrats. No, I mean, man, we all need to start doing that. You play a game, you set a goal, you complete the goal for yourself, and you buy yourself a giant mini. That's great. Well, I'm really excited about that, Dunder. I'm excited to see what you do with it. Are you gonna paint it like crazy colors, or are you gonna do more standard? What are you doing with it? You have the wildest like creative ideas for painting your models, so not saying you have to live up to that, just that's what I've noticed. Box colors, red and gold. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Got some Sternguard in the box on sprue. Yeah. Oh, the new Sternguard look fantastic. Yeah, they are among pretty much all the veteran minis they've put out for Space Marines have been among my favorite Primaris minis. I forgot that came with Sternguard in there. Being with Zen, Undoing, Girly Pop, but that might be a bit much work. Okay, that's fair. Hey, we are just going through and getting shoulder pads to start. We'll do first coat on everything before we get to second coat, but I'm happy to be at this point on these minis. Guys, I'm going to tell you about something. I'm going to need your guys' help here in a little bit. I want more people to kind of filter in. I know Zen's going to be definitely one I need to talk to, because I might ask him for a favor, but yeah, I'm going to need some creative ideas as we go through the day, because I volunteered, was selected, I don't know, but to help run a little heresy event. Crucial Blue, 26 months, dude. Wild. How you doing today? Oh, I got some news too. Oh my goodness, I need to like update the streaming schedule this week, because you know, I was talking about how, you know, I'm going to take a little, you know, do a little less streaming, you know, feeling a little, like, you know, getting a little burnout. Just want to take a little bit of time. I am streaming more this week than I was last week or the week before, so, whoop, there it is. Bring back the 90s, dude. And we had that song on cassette, maybe? Me and my brothers would listen to that all the time. No, it's all good, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Like, we're gonna chill. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and then I get more time to paint these minis, and I don't have an excuse not to paint them. So it's a like a win-win-win. all around. Yeah, so I'm gonna be streaming again tonight. Actually, this like early evening. It's not even like a late night stream. Um, and I'm gonna be co-streaming with Crucial Blue. So we're both gonna be chilling in stream. So it's an extra stream for both of us, and that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna be painting minis and chilling. Same vibes, I imagine, as either of our streams normally have. His will definitely have better music, so you know, if you want to listen to some music, Crucial Blue stream is the place to go. Same, yeah, the same curse. Yeah, it's just gonna be nonsense, right? That's what we do. Yeah, so I'll be streaming tonight with Blue, doing a co-stream, and then Friday night I'm gonna be streaming, and we're gonna stream the preview, the Games Workshop preview stream. So we're gonna stream that and do a little watch along. That's something you guys want to do, or if you want to go read, you know, comments in the Games Workshop stream, you can go watch it there. But be a good time. I mean, excuse to get some painting done, and I'm always hyped for these preview shows. I love this kind of stuff, so looking forward to watching it. Zen, what's going on, dude? Excited. Finish up the Owlbear. Nice. Oh, get your armatures going. Okay. Did you finish up the Dreadnought officially, or are you just kind of jumping between things? I don't remember ever hearing if it was like officially like finished or not. You have the plasma cannon? Oh, okay. I get it. Just do it. Okay? Just stop being worried. Stop it. Zen, how you doing this morning? Steve Davis, welcome in. How you doing, Steve? More practice attempts, yeah. Just use the Dreadnought Azure learning attempt. Nothing wrong with that. Good, tired but good. Yeah, I hear that. I've had a busy, really busy day, but it's been a really good day so far. The painting wife is off work today. She's got the day off because basically her entire school district are voting locations, and since it's election day, they just take school off instead of having a bunch of strangers walking around the school while kids are in class. So, Waller Paints Minis, welcome in. How you doing? You can always remove the paint. Yeah, I get it though. You know what you could do, Blue, is you could always varnish that plasma cannon in its current state and then paint it. And if you're like really desperate of like, I hate this and I need to restart, you could probably gently pull away paint, mostly at least, to get rid of some of the thicker kind of paint that's on there. But that's a good call, Moo Juice. Yeah. About to play some Ball X Pit, yeah. I have a I'm gonna need some of your guys' help here, or everybody's help if you're willing to pitch in, but I gotta tell you about something going on, and I'm gonna need your advice. But when you guys get to the point where I think, screw it, I'll just strip it. Yeah. Ooh, that's painful though. I get it. I very rarely do that with minis. But yeah, so painting wife's off work. She might come and hang out in the studio, I guess, but she'll probably be playing her own video games. But she'll probably do that at some point today. But yeah, when I worked out, I started working out 5 days a week, which is probably like really kicking my butt right now, and my brain just doesn't recognize it. But feels good. I'm happy about it. And we went and voted, and It's basically just apparently every community I'm involved in or live around is asking for tax increases. So I say a polite no thank you to those, but that's all right. Um, so we'll see how all that turns out. But yeah, got my free Dunkin' Donuts coffee this morning, and it was delicious. So all good. Had a really good meal prep this week. I've been really excited about. It's just yeah, good Tuesday. Good Tuesday. I'm excited to be on stream. Excited to get these painted. I'm motivated. So give us more money. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Waller paints minis. I'm doing great. What kind of minis do you paint, Waller? Are you like a I paint for fun and just paint like displays and stuff, or do you play tabletop games? What kind of hobbyist you see yourself as? Yeah, and just to be clear, I live in a very small town, and they proposed a tax levy to increase funds for our police department, and the original proposal was an increase that would make our little town's income tax equivalent to like the nicest areas in the central Ohio area. And people completely freaked out. And so our city council had had like an emergency meeting a couple months ago, and they lowered the increase so it wouldn't be quite as egregious. But yeah, I hope people are just like, yeah, this is absurd. We don't need to be absurd. We don't need to keep increasing our taxes for our little town. Like, you can be good stewards with the money that we give you, right? Bit the Bullet got started in the Marigal. Oh, the Marigal's such a cool mini. Yeah. Mirasaki, welcome in. How you doing? We're chilling. Mirasaki says hello, everybody. They're on YouTube right now. Bit of everything, mostly into tabletop. Sometimes I take the motivation for display painting. Yeah, I get that. What kind of tabletop games? You play 40K or you got something else? I mean, you know about the Noise Marine, so I assume you at least have some knowledge about 40K. I am painting these as a commission, so these are not my own minis. Sorry if that disappoints anybody, but my big game right now, my big interest at this point is Horus Heresy. So I'm a big Horus Heresy player. I love the minis in the game and painting the minis and playing the game, just all of that, the setting and stuff. So I have been really enjoying that and haven't been so much into 40K lately, but I paint a lot of 40K minis for people. So this guy has both arms. I'm surprised they didn't just deploy Astartes to compel your tithe the Emperor. Yeah. Well, I think that's what they're trying to do with the tax increase. We want to give cops APCs. Okay. Why? So we don't have to vote for tax increases anymore. It's cool once you work out what it is. Yeah. There's a lot of funky like Forge World minis that are pretty similar, where it's like just blobs of resin until you put it together, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Almost done with your Orktober project, which you could have posted on Halloween. Busy last month. Yeah, no, I understand that, Mirasaki. That's all right. Yeah, you finish things on your own time. No one's out here judging you if you paint a mini a week or two past your own due date. So Gal Vorbak are still in box. Yeah, oh, Gal Vorbak are gorgeous. As much as I love those Gal Vorbak minis, two things about those. One, they're really expensive, and the Chaos Possessed look fantastic and work well as Gal Vorbak. And so like that would make it difficult for me to buy those. But um, two is that I imagine whenever word bearers get their plastic minis for 30k, that Gal Vorbak are the number one thing on the list to be released. Gal Vorbak and a character are the absolute priorities. And again, it's, you can never be sure if they're going to look as good as the resin ones or have the same amount of character that you get in the resin minis. But yeah. But I also understand if you're playing the faction, like, you want the minis, right? You don't want to have to wait potentially years to get what you want. That's great though. Mujus, I've been loving seeing your army getting painted. And gorgeous. And guys, just so you know, we do have in the Discord an army showcase channel. So if you have like a finished army, or you're like, you have a whole bunch of minis for your army finished and you want to post a picture, kind of everybody together, the whole gang together, that's the place to do it. I love that kind of stuff. Erebus or Corpharin? Erebus, hands down. Erebus is going to be the plastic mini if they do a special character. I would love for them to do like a Praetor for everybody, a Praetor / Centurion. I have so many ideas on how I want them to do plastics for Heresy, to keep that kind of like modular system for everybody. But who knows? We might know on Friday kind of the idea of what they're doing, because there is a chance that Abaddon and Justarin Terminators get announced. Excuse me. Play 40k most of the time, sometimes Blood Bowl, nice. Age Sigmar Spearhead. Starting next year with Adeptus Sororitas. Finished a Death Guard army. Dang, 3,000 points, nice. The God-specific Astra Militarum, Loyal Space Marine army. Okay. Alright, it's not Space Wolves though, right? We're cool if you're not playing Space Wolves. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. I never cared for Adeptus Sororitas minis. And I always thought they were among the like poor looking sculpts in 40k, until someone asked me to paint some as a commission, and I got these minis in person. And the Sororitas, in my opinion, at this point, after painting, this was a couple years ago when I painted this army for this guy, but it is probably one of my favorite looking armies in 40k. Just the incredible details in the sculpts, and just like how everything's laid out. It's fantastic looking army. So I think you're making a good choice doing Sororitas. I forgot how much I can build before I'm hiding a lot of the model, making it hard to paint. Yeah, build the whole thing. Don't do sub-assemblies. Sub-assemblies are for noobs. Definitely not, but I'm too lazy to do sub-assemblies, so. Corpharin shows up in Dawn of Fire book for a minute. Oh, does he? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Corpharin would be a good one. I mean, he's cool, but if there's one character in the Heresy that everybody knows, it's Erebus, right? Or Horus, I guess, but like Erebus literally is like him. Pretty sure my wife knows who Erebus is. She doesn't know anything about 40k, so. What are the Holy Rose? White armor, black coats, red inside. Oh, that sounds so cool. Who isn't even Erebus? Yeah, it's not even his real name. Wait, he only... Oh no. Don't remind us. Don't remind us of the tragedy of the painting wife not knowing simple things about Magnus. Doing a few Skaven, some Maggot, kin of Nurgle, but nothing for an entire army yet. Harder question, who has flayed more skin, Emperor's Children or Night Lords? I'm still going to say Night Lords. Like, they've been doing it the whole time, and Kurz probably makes up a lot of it. The Emperor's Children will flay plenty of skin, but they have other things to do also. Hey, Quishy, what's going on? How's the weather where you are? Hope it's a nice day. It's cool here, but it's otherwise fine day. Latvia, right? Weather's pretty bad. Oh, that's too bad. Blessed day. Start work now. All right, Waller. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for coming to chat. Hopefully, I'll see you around some more. I'm gonna be streaming a lot. If you want to see my schedule or hear when I'm going live, you can always jump in the Discord. But anyway, show off your work. But yeah, otherwise, you have a great day at work. Cold and rainy. Got stuck in the rain for 2 minutes. Ugh. Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty miserable. Sorry to hear that. Irondraw Spearhead. Putting together first Lizardman Spearhead. Very nice. I've heard Spearhead is fantastic for a game. And I hear more about Spearhead than I do about anything else with Age of Sigmar. Now, I don't play Age of Sigmar, so, you know, maybe my perspective is skewed, but it literally is. It's Spearhead or nothing for Sigmar. Oh, 20 minutes in the rain. Ouch. Uber Gaming, welcome in. All right. Guys, I gotta ask some questions, and Zen, I hope you're listening in because I'm gonna need your help also. So let me set this up for you guys. I was, I guess, volunteered / was voluntold or requested to help run an event at my local store. And I asked a question to the guy that created the event, and then he was kind of like, in a nice way. You know, I have a ton of respect for this dude. He's a great guy, but he was kind of like, well, what would you want to do, TPD? And I gave some ideas, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm it now. But we were chatting about it, and I'm going to kind of take over the event. But it's essentially going to be a Thanksgiving mega battle apocalypse type game for Horus Heresy. So our rules are, yes, I'm gonna run the Heresy Thanksgiving. Yep, and we call it Thanksgiving. So it's up to me to come up with, like, you know, basically the rules, and I think I have it. It's just gonna be, you know, nothing but tanks or dreadnoughts or robots. That's the rule. Don't have to follow any kind of list building or anything. But something I would like to do, and something, you know, it's easy just to say, okay, you know, like, hey, we set up on two sides, traitors and loyalists, and let them fight, you know, and you just blow each other apart for 3-4 hours, and then you're good. But I thought it would be fun to come up with some challenges. So a couple ideas that I had were, like, you know, who destroys the biggest vehicle or the most expensive thing, like who blew that up, who got the killing blow on it, who destroyed the most tanks, who had the most tanks on the enemy side of the battlefield at the end of the game, who destroyed the most in melee combat, those kinds of things. And I wanted to, and I was going to ask you about this, and I was thinking, and I can resin print some things, but I was trying to think of some little, like, I don't know, little rewards, like little coins or just something, little awards for people who did the things to give out, just to make some, like, goofy goals for people to do something else besides like uh, just standing across the board and destroying each other. So print trophies, yeah. Is there something you can find? It can be really small stuff. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I just want something to be like, here, like, this is for you. And if you can get like, if there's a way to put text on it, like, that would be great. But we're because it'd be funny to have like the actual award, like, yeah, like Kingslayer, like you destroyed the biggest vehicle on the battlefield kind of thing. And most failed charges, yeah, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm asking if you guys have particular ideas. And now this is for Horus Heresy, so it is the rules are different from 40k if you're just a 40k player. But it's an all vehicle battle is essentially, but there's dreadnoughts and stuff, so I'm sure we'll be encouraged to have like melee and stuff. Like there's different things like that. But if you guys have ideas, I will literally write down these ideas. Like I'll write down most vehicles exploded and most failed charges. And I was just thinking like maybe 10 or 12 different little things, just to give people some other things to work toward. And originally my idea was 3,000 points a person, and following the stipulations of the Tanksgiving rules. And then I made a 3,000 point army with all my vehicles, and I fit almost all of my vehicles in 3,000 points. And I was like, I don't understand how I did this, but yeah, all right. So 3,000 points is a lot, and I don't know if it's okay for people to have 15 tanks on the battlefield. Like, how much is that going to slow down the game? So yeah, I figured if there's a lot of people that show up, I was thinking about asking people to make a 3,000 point and a 2,000 point list. And if we have a lot of people show up, knock it down to 2,000 points a person, so we're not making it take forever. Okay, backpacks are done. Next is chest pieces. No, next is legs. Ooh. Yeah, sportsmanship. Sportsmanship's a good one. I'm gonna write down some things. So, and if you have clever names for these, that would also be great. So let's do. Do most kills, most. Write down most failed charges. Sportsmanship. Giant Slayer. Best chipping award? What do you mean by chipping? Like doing damage but never killing anything? That kind of thing? Best joke? Oh god. Oh, like a painting award. That's what you're talking about? Okay. I don't know if I'll do a painting award with this. I think most people have stuff painted, but yeah, the most ineffective tank. Yeah. And we'll kind of like judge, we'll get people's opinions on that. All right. As we kind of go through the day, like who has the giant tank that just does nothing through the day, and we'll give them a medal. Yeah. Oh yeah, the most destructive explosion. Yeah, that's a good one. So, there are some people that own Titans, and I know Titans and Heresy, when they explode, everything on the board is hit. Everything. They don't have a range. And I think you randomize a range from the tank, and everything that's close, like within that range, takes extra hits. That's like terrifying. So playing an apocalypse game where a tank explodes might be absurd with the amount of damage that it causes. So we will have to see. That could be really fun. Hey, Butterscorch. What is going on? And Quishy, you're painting your Tomb Kings. Yeah, yeah. I've been watching your progress. They look really good. I'm loving it. Are you going like classic color scheme on them? I noticed you don't have like you got some like golds and whites and stuff on them. 100 point AdMech army in tabletop sim or 1,000 point. Tabletop sim is cool. If you're looking for someone to play, you might be able to ask in the Discord. Oh, but you're kind of inconsistent in the Discord though, so I understand if you don't. But we got a couple people that play around tabletop sim. You're doing the blues now, nice. What color blue are you using? Like Aramon blue or like a turquoise? Deep sky blue from Vallejo. Okay, okay. Post it up. So yeah, in case you guys didn't hear earlier, my streaming schedule is going to be a little crazy this week. I took yesterday off. I'm going to start taking Mondays off stream, but I am actually going to stream more this week than normal. I am back on tonight, so I'm going to basically have a few hours off, and then I'm going to be back on. I'm going to be co-streaming with Crucial Blue. We're just going to paint minis and hanging out. What we're going to be doing, and then Friday night I will be painting minis, but then we're gonna watch the preview stream is essentially what we're gonna do. So the purpose of the stream is to watch the Games Workshop previews, but I'll probably be painting a little bit while that's going on. Excuse me. All right. A Demon's Codex is not happening, Dunder. I'm sorry. The most up-to-date Demon Codex is in the Horus Heresy. Did you get leaks? No, I don't need leaks to see that future. All right, Quishian Whips. Yeah, I'll check here in just a moment. If we don't check it here in like 2 minutes, just yell at me. Yeah, I think all of the codexes that are coming out for 10th edition are out. I don't. They're not doing more codexes. They're gonna start on the campaigns and all of that. So it's like end narrative for or a 10th edition to start setting up 11th edition. Through this pink fairly quick. We're gonna do a second coat on this magenta, but good. Yeah, Iron Warriors might be getting some love in 40k, which is pretty crazy. That might be an 11th edition thing, but yeah, Demon Porter Rob would be so lame, right? Wouldn't he just be like in a wheelchair, like a motorized wheelchair at this point? Pretty sure he would. That leg. Making my McDonald's street by McRibs being back again. I have never eaten McRib. All right, Quishy. Let's take a look. Work in progress, guys. Let's check out what Quishy's got going. Oh, and Phaedros has got his magic school bus there for Star Wars Legion. Oh, yeah, the blue looks good, man. Very nice. I love the Khopesh on those. Very cool stuff, guys. Check out Quishy's Tomb Kings he's working on. They're getting some progress here. It's not McRib's not available yet. Yeah, I do not care to eat a McRib. Oh, Zen, I need to tell you something. I found out that if you remember by my house, there's like that little like office strip thing that was being built. It's about done. And there are 3 businesses going there. And all 3 of them are like food related businesses. 2 of them are restaurants, local restaurants that were looking for new locations. And one is like a kind of like a, it almost sounded like an Edible Arrangements kind of thing, but not like the brand Edible Arrangements. So it's like one of those places. But yeah, two new restaurants going in right down the street from me, and none of them are chains. They're all like local places. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think one's like a, I don't know, like diner, but like more American food, and then one sounds like a weird fusion kind of restaurant. I need to look up. Only thing you better be telling me is I'm sorry for not. No, I'm not, dude. It's just like, isn't it just made of like spider eggs and stuff? Isn't that like what they make the McRib out of? Or am I getting a Simpsons bit mixed up there? It's pork. Honestly, wish they would do Wizard of the Coast update. Update a faction once in a while instead of releasing New Edition every 3 years. Yeah, you know what, Murasaki, they used to do that, and apparently New Edition sells way better. Yeah, I know it's in a McRib. It just never appeals to me. It has never sounded good. I literally got free McDonald's for a year and chose not to get a McRib when I was getting McDonald's every week for a year. Your dad's favorite. Oh, nice. Yeah. McRib enjoyment is genetic. Oh, I get it. That's cool. You're being unable to use my first combat rule because they released a brand new one with the new codex a month later. Yep. Yeah, GW's release schedule is wild. Yeah, they it is like breakneck. Murasaki, when I was like first into all these like Warhammer 40k and fantasy, and I was playing Lord of the Rings SPG and all this stuff, they would put out a new codex for a game every like 4 to 5 months. So like 40k, you would get a new 40k codex. You'd get 2 or 3 a year, and that was the release schedule. Every month they would have some stuff get released, but it was basically every month was like the releases every week now. So could you imagine, like, yeah, it's Blood Bowl, cool, Blood Bowl got its new edition and stuff. That was a month of releases, and they would advertise in White Dwarf, and they would show you everything, and they would kind of dedicate a lot of a White Dwarf magazine on Blood Bowl, new Blood Bowl edition, and like that would be the new releases that month. Oh look, new Blood Angels Codex came out, cool. They only have like 4 new like sets for them, but that would be the release for the month. That was it. So people wanted stuff out faster, and it seems like financially for Games Workshop, the faster release schedule is good for them financially. So I don't see that stopping. And the new editions, like, yeah, we all just want the editions to slow down and like, let's play with what we got and have time to use the expensive books we buy and everything. But people buy the new stuff, and it gives them a good opportunity to hype up all the things they have. So Games Workshop doesn't have a financial incentive to slow down. Take a note from the Rage from MTG and slow down a bit. Yeah. Compassion Esoterist. Oh, cool, Butterscorch. Nice. Yeah. The old release schedule is wild. Yep. I remember, dude. You get like some vague rumors from people that like, yeah, this is gonna get released this year, and you're like, oh my goodness, this year we're getting a new codex for, whatever. And if it was good and cool, that's awesome. If it wasn't, you were stuck with it for the next 6 years. Like, that was just kind of how it worked. And they didn't do like FAQs and things like that. Like, you basically just had to deal with it. Deathwatch. No, Fire Smoke. These are not Deathwatch. These are certainly not Deathwatch. They are the speakers on the backpack. These are Noise Marines. Barnes & Noble is on DoorDash? What? Why? That's weird. Why does that make me uncomfortable? Same day books without leaving the house. Yeah, that's so weird. It's so weird. Continue the conversation, mentioning Death Watch because they lost their army. Yeah. Wait, they have their army back though. I thought they were really good too. Yeah, these guys do love Xenos in powderized form. So yeah, they would be kind of the opposite of the Death Watch. Don't mind new models every week, but the rules and everything definitely feeling overwhelming. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah, Death Watch have they don't have like a purchasable codex, but their rules I think are free, right? Yeah, that was last year they released full Death Watch rules back into the game, and they're really good. Like someone tell me I'm crazy if I'm saying crazy stuff, but I feel like I remember them just that codex like completely dominating. So depressed, I got rid of everything that contained black armor. Oh no. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. Hey, Dr. Colin, welcome in. How are you doing? How are the aquatic elves treating you? Sorry, I can't remember what they're called. I know they're water people. I'm sure my brain has stopped functioning properly this week or something. Finished the Tidecaster yesterday onto the Eel Riders. Nice, very nice. That's cool. I love how colorful you can make that army if you want. I think that's always a real boon to any army, really, is if you have options for painting them. Okay, we got those. Now we're gonna do helmets. Some of these helmets, like this one, is gonna have a lot of pink on it because that is just helmet here. We're just going to do Deepest Kin with Dark Palette and Fluorescence. Change to Tropical Underwater Volcano theme. Okay, legit, yeah. Why would anyone ride the eels? Knows that eels and escalators, the eels send you back to the start. Wait, eels and escalators? Is that what you call the game? Eels and escalators? I know, like, everybody around the world calls that game something different, but I have never heard eels and escalators. That's amazing. Oh, is that a SpongeBob reference? Oh, okay, okay. Shows you how much SpongeBob I've watched in my life. The eels electrically charge the lances of the soldiers. That's pretty awesome. going to get a smaller brush here in a moment. You highlighting the black and the noise marines? How do you do? I really struggle making it look great. Yeah. So normally on Space Marines, I'm a big fan of using dry brushing to highlight, because with the big flat panels, it's kind of difficult to highlight. But with these Noise Marines, what I've been doing is I will just take a single layer of I did dark neutral gray, and I'll just hit like the upper edges of it with dark neutral gray, and that creates a decent highlight that captures the light but still helps it look black. You know, it's not making it look gray or anything. Have you ever painted white and blue World Eaters? I have not specifically painted that color scheme, no. What are you? What's going on, McMedic? How you doing? Yeah, you need kind of a darker gray. You're gonna try it? Nice. That's awesome. Good luck. I don't think it's too difficult. I have we have a couple World Eaters players in our group, and I've painted enough white on Space Marines to kind of get a feel for it. I think dry brushing is your friend, though. Land Raider and Redemptor to paint first. Okay. So let's stick with that. That's the pink on this guy. You're painting salamanders right now, right? With the tanks? Yeah, pink helmet, Noise Marines. Just finished a cap. Yeah, it's going really well. Sweet. Make some food. All right, Quish, you have a good one. Stay dry. Hopefully, hopefully you're able to take it easy the rest of the day. Right, painting on the sprue. Yeah, it's difficult. That is pretty difficult. It's easier when you're talking stuff like Legions Imperialis. That's how you're supposed to paint the infantry. You're supposed to paint them on the sprue. But otherwise, speaking of Legions Imperialis, I heard the Imperialis announcement that's coming Friday with their preview is going to be Saturnine stuff, which probably will make a bunch of people angry because Saturnine is very polarizing. And people want stuff like Custodes or Bellblades and such. Well, it is cool that they're still getting releases, though. Making little mistakes, that's okay. And we'll come in and do a second coat on these guys. Yeah, and McMedic, there is nothing wrong with learning something, even if it does result in, you know, difficulty or even failure. As long as you're learning and you're not like hurting anybody, like you're good. I don't think you're hurting anybody by painting on the sprue. So does anybody else have any ideas for possible awards for Heresy event? I was talking about earlier. Just trying to get some ideas. I have 2, 4, 6 ideas. You know, the more the merrier. I'm not sure if I'll use every idea, but it'd be nice to just have a whole bunch of ideas. I'm sure I can think about it more. I was just texting or messaging the organizer this morning, so I just had this idea like half an hour before stream started. I got a little bit of time. It's in a couple weeks. You got one painted helmet. Trying to come up with like challenges for a Heresy game, a Tanksgiving battle. Oh yeah. So we're doing a big kind of like apocalypse size battle for Heresy, and I want to just make like little like personal things that people can do. So some of our ideas, we have like the most tank kills, the most failed charges. Sportsmanship award, Giant Slayer, so killing the biggest vehicle on the board. The most ineffective tank or model, so that's a little more subjective. The most destructive explosion, like someone will get an award, and I think Zen's going to work on some little trophies or little things to give to people that complete those. Well, we're not playing with characters, so the specific rules for this are going to be vehicles and dreadnoughts and robots. Basically, is essentially like the rules. Yeah, so we're not playing with characters. There's no infantry on the board. It's just gonna be vehicles and big stompy things. Stormtroopers are in. Most accurate shooting? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I'll allow aircraft. Yeah. So I should allow some anti-aircraft. Makes that Arachne turret a good choice. And my tarantulas, so... Okay, one more helmet. Top Gun. Oh yeah, Top Gun and Bombardier. Okay. Yeah, those are good too. Yeah. McMedic, how would you measure most accurate shooting? Because I was thinking like straight up kills would be the way to measure out your accuracy, but no, I think that's all flesh colored. He's actually got his mouth wrapped around that, so we'll correct that. All right, let's see. Hot dice. Awards a D6 with all sixes. Oh, that's solid. Yeah, yeah. Man, that's good. Yeah. Just hitting all of its big guns every turn. Even if it doesn't kill, like, what's the tank that just always hit? Okay. I think we have first coat of pink, so we're going to move on to second coat. We're just going to go back through here. I'm going to do all the shoulders first. We'll do the masks last. Yeah, Top Gun and Bombardier are both great awards too. Quantity over quality. I'll do big coins as trophies instead of trophies. Yeah, I think like big coins is nice. Yeah. I mean, unless you find like something really simple, but yeah, we don't need something like really crazy. I also thought of like this doesn't have to do with any gameplay thing, but an award for like bringing the most models and then bringing the fewest models. I don't know if that's worth an award. I think essentially what I want to do is I want to just have so many opportunities that like try to get everybody some kind of thing, you know. And I know it's not like a big deal prize, but it'd be nice if like everybody ended up in yeah, everybody ended up with some kind of like little thing to be like, yeah, I did this, or you know, I had this when I went to Thanksgiving, and yeah. Yeah, that should be fun though. looking forward to it. Just an excuse to put a bunch of models on the table, right? Yeah, it's the 23rd this month, so it's a Sunday. Math hard again? Oh, okay, okay. What's up, Mydro? Well, man, how you doing today? How's your week going? Had a birthday Sunday. Was it your birthday or someone else? Either way, happy birthday to whoever it was. Yeah, working now. Okay, okay. Hopefully it's going well, man. My busy weekend translated right into a busy week, so I am behind on getting my YouTube video out this week. I'm going to try to record it this afternoon if I can. I originally had a much bigger scope for the video, and I had to narrow it down a lot. So that just means more videos. I broke everything down into more videos. But yeah, so I'm going to try to record it and hopefully have it released tonight or tomorrow for Patreon. That's kind of the goal. So apologies if you're, the three of you that are waiting on that video. I thought of an award. They call it like always the bridesmaid or something, and you make it where a tank that did like the most damage without getting an actual kill. Always a bridesmaid's great. Yeah, yeah. That's a good one for being like, your tank's not a loser, but it won't get recognized even if it did do a bunch. And just to remind everybody, Crucial Blue and myself are going to be streaming tonight. We're gonna try to start around 6 p.m. if we can get things moving, but I'm kind of an idiot and haven't used Twitch's co-stream function yet, so that might slow down our start time for a bit. But we're gonna stream for a couple hours. We're just gonna hang out and paint, so you guys are welcome to come hang out with us. Should be a good time. Be building. Nice, nice. Okay. Next coat, we'll get these secondary areas. Alex Jensen, welcome. How are you doing today? Names include Notice Me Senpai, Always Robin, Never Batman. Wanted Apollo 11, got Apollo 13. Oh man, those are all really good names though. I should also get little I could print out little things too, just little markers. Every time a vehicle kills something, just like you put the marker on it, right? Or next to it. So you can record the number of kills each tank gets. Living, working, yeah. Things, right? 8 Bulldog, 2 times spicy ramen. It's a person that likes spicy amphilia. Really? It's that spicy, huh? Question becomes what happens to the kill points when you die. Yeah, I think part of me thinks it would be fun to you move the kill points to, the tank that killed you. And that could be an award, King of the Hill or something, right? Like the tank that collected the most kill tallies or whatever. Oh man, that'd be hilarious too because you could end up with like the last turn of the game, some little little Vindicator, or little Predator tank, or like Saber or whatever, just comes in and snipes the kill on the last like super heavy, and then just gets all of the credit for the kills. I'm gonna write that one down. I'm gonna write down King of the Hill. Needs like Dale Gribble, a Dale Gribble coin. Yeah. It feels inappropriate to say King of the Hill and you put Dale Gribble on the coin. Hey, T Slayer, what's going on? A flaming bottle of propane? Yeah. Man, there's too many good ideas for this. This is great. I just want to say how much I love having a Top Gun and a Bombardier award in here too, and I'm going to tell people that those are 2 of the awards. Ooh. I'm going to tell people ahead of time, like, hey, here's an example of some of the awards, and we're going to come up with a name for all of them. And if I list a Top Gun award, people are going to be like, oh man, I can bring my jets. Let me bring all my planes. And I'm going to bring my Tarantulas and my Sicarans and my quad autocannon battery that are all anti-aircraft. It just blows some planes out of the sky when they come on the board. Yeah, that's the plan. All coming together now. Oh, Skeet Shooter, yeah, it's a good one. Okay, all right, dang. Just got back home from the grocery store. Okay, nice. Nice Tuesday grocery shopping. Imagine grocery store's not very busy on a Tuesday. Okay, I'm gonna write down Skeet Shooter as a as an award. Is Zen create? He said he's gonna create like coins or something. Again, Zen, if this is a lot, we can find just like pre-made things, and I'm sure there's ones where you can edit the text that we could find, and we can just put the text on them, you know, as like a backup, and then like worst case scenario, we just print out a bunch of stuff. It's easy. Okay, yeah. He says it's easy, and he's like crying in the corner. Like, why is he doing this to me? No, I mean, I appreciate it. That's really cool. To be real honest, then I'm inspired by the amount of effort that you put into organizing your events. So I'm feeling like I can go above and beyond, and just like doing all kinds like extra little things. Hobby Hangout on Wednesday will just be him smashing keys in Fusion Blender. Yeah, Zen actually won't be in the Hobby Hangout, and something we got to talk about. Hobby Hangout, I might be late to Hobby Hangout. I'm not going to say it's like canceled, but I might be late to it because we have like we're spending the evening with some family, so a weird Wednesday night, like dinner with some family we don't see much, so usually this kind of stuff when I ran games with OGW Store. Nice, Moo Juice, yeah. Yeah, hey, any input you got, I'm happy with that kind of stuff. Yeah, I just want to. I want something to like. I don't know. Give people a reason to laugh about their tank failing doing the thing, or you know, like cheer on their teammates, or trying to work towards something. It's not just like, well, I'm gonna blow up everything. You know, a lot of this is about blowing up stuff, but it's like a goal that's not just like, I'm gonna win the game. And I think that's fun. And I probably won't come up with a big like narrative story for it, but it's just Thanksgiving, right? So I can't even say the game's like taking place in the vacuum of space where everything needs to be sealed, because we're dealing with space marines that can fight in the vacuum of space, and the solar auxilia who are made to fight in space. Like, that's literally their job. So I just need some reason to say no infantry allowed. Air is so toxic it can get through power packs, but tanks and other vehicles can fight. Yeah, it's just, yeah, something like that. It's radiation, right? It's not the void of space, it's radiation. So that's preventing the troops, because the radiation will get through all that stuff. Hey, Velios, what's going on? Very noisy. We are talking about Thanksgiving. That's what's happening right now. So I hope to see you there. You have lots of tanks. Oh, I got another Noise Marine joke. Okay. I'm not getting the Emperor's Children humor. I have another award, which is like long distance kill. So the greatest distance kill. What's a good name for that? Velios popping in with his artillery made me think of that. Sweet. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be. I guess organizing the second one, the one on the 23rd. I was messaging a friend in charge of it, so I'm gonna organize the heresy side of it. Dialed in, and it's a phone. Yeah, it's a phone. Okay, all right. Deadeye is another good one. Area code. Free from massive order bombardment, completely obscure drop pod deployment, only existing armory units planet side. Yeah. I might paint them. Yeah, I might do like simple paint work on them. I don't think I'm gonna do like. I probably wouldn't do like individual colors on things, but. Yeah, Velos. Essentially, what I'm doing is I've decided for the Heresy Thanksgiving, and since I'm kind of going to take the lead on it, I am going to make. Well, we as a stream right now are making challenges for people to complete, and Zen is going to make and print some coins to give people if they complete challenges. And we're coming up with challenges. I have about a dozen of them. I have another one to write down here. Yeah, just to give people like some fun things to try to do during the game. So I haven't painted some of these guys' heads. Oh no, that's why. It's the other side. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I guess I'll get you out. What are the rules for Thanksgiving? Hold on a second. Let's do. Okay, blind fire for artillery because everyone has artillery tanks, right? Yeah, yeah. We got to do the paper squares, right? Dropping the paper squares. I told people about that on Sunday. It was great. It was one of the funniest things I think that's happened in a game that I've been a part of in a long time. The rules for Thanksgiving, it's going to be vehicles, walkers, and automatons, and that's the only like units you're allowed to have. So that includes like titans and stuff. But those will be the units allowed to be on the battlefield. So no infantry, no like cavalry, that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, and that's essentially it's going to be either 3,000 points or 2,000 points a person. This is beautiful. Yeah. You saved the squares. Nice. I would have burned those things. They failed you. They failed you real hard. That's such a fun rule, though. Doing random artillery bombardments by just holding the paper 3 feet above the board and letting it go. Yeah, just a metallic. Yeah, just something simple. Yeah, like a dark metallic with like a dry brush or something, and make them look kind of like a gold or bronze or something coin. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think people having those coins, I think would be cool because it's like a little memento of like, you know, oh, this was the cool thing this tank did, or whatever. Like it gives a little bit of a memory and a story to it, right? Yeah, some of the Avelio, some of the awards, It's your fault. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's definitely would not be a mistake on the artillery, right? It's Thousand Suns messing with it. No, that's fair. I'll accept that. Um, some of the awards of Aelios, we got like yeah, like long range kill. We got one called Top Gun, Bombardier, uh, and with that there's one called Skeet Shooter. So shooting down aircraft. Most kills award, Giant Slayer. Always the Bridesmaid is one that should be fun to mess around with. We just talked about one called King of the Hill. So where essentially the idea is, I'm gonna make, I can probably just print out little tokens or tabs for people, and every time your tank kills something, your vehicle kills something, you keep the little token next to it. And if it gets killed by another tank, all its tokens go to the new tank. So they just get passed around. So we'll see who has the most tokens at the end. And I want it to be some like militia or like crappy like dumpy tank that ends up killing like the big King of the Hill like right at the end. The max kills one, if not named yet, should be Killtrocity. All right, all right. I will look. I was thinking about just calling it Berserker, like tank with the most kills, but that's right. There's like Halo kill streak names, right? Is that the thing? Unbroken, the tank that should have been dead 3 shooting phases ago. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'll write these things down real quick. That's another like it's a fairly subjective one, but depending on the group, the subjective ones might be okay. Kilimanjaro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's Kilimanjaro. Alright, 4 more, but let's write down. Okay. King of the Kill. Yeah. That kind of works too. King of the Kill kind of works. Okay. Let's continue on. Also change the focus attachments while walloping each other. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited about it. I said my real excitement out of this is the Top Gun and Bombardier awards, because I'm gonna bring my turrets and my Sicarans and all my anti-aircraft, and I want people to bring all their aircraft and be like, yeah, I got balloons, I'm gonna get Top Gun because it's a cool award. I'm just gonna shoot everything out of the sky. Gonna be good stuff. It's so I can win. That's why I'm doing it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be like a big story to it or anything. It's just gonna be a one hangout. Gonna bring some food we can donate. And then blow up some tanks and have some fun with it. All I got is Arvis. I think they'll stay home with their one mult. Dude, you should bring them anyway. Just bring them as like decoys to saturate for air defense. I don't know. Oh, hey, Global 8 Warming. Welcome in. You doing blind fire? What about a sorry award? Oh, friendly fire. Yes. Oh, that's so perfect. Yeah, yeah. Global warming. Global 8 warming. Welcome. And that is a perfect idea. Yeah, yeah. We need a friendly fire award. I can already tell you Evelios is going to be getting that award. I should just give it to him before the game even starts, because that dude kills so many of his own vehicles during games. It's crazy. Ah, yes. I love it. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different awards at this point. Thanksgiving and Big APOC is fine, just being hang out with the explosions. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It is. Yeah. Yeah, I was telling people on Sunday, Avelios and I we played a game. It was a ton of fun. And Avelios is doing like a write-up and stuff, so I'm not going to share a bunch about like how the game went or like photos or anything. But the most amazing thing that happened in that game, we did off-map artillery for our game. So how that worked was we had little paper squares, and Avelos' artillery was off the map, so he held up those squares in a shooting phase, and it was 3 feet above the table, so 36 inches up. And he picked a spot over the table 36 inches up and then let the paper go. And wherever the paper square landed, we put a large blast. And and it would be an artillery hit from like a basilisk shell where it landed. So he threw these down. It was incredible. It's so much fun because he gets control over it, like where they go, but then there's only so much control. Well, that turn, he also like airdropped a bunch of stuff in my back lines, and then he's like, "I'm gonna drop this on your back lines." So he drops the first one, like flutters off the table. We're like, okay, that's fine. Drops the second one, and it lands right next to one of his damaged las rifle sections. And I think basically just like killed everybody in the las rifle section. And then he dropped the third one, and it landed on top of his flyer, his Arvis, that had just come on the board and deployed entire squad of troops that were sitting, touching the base of the Arvis. So the explosion happened where it hit the Arvis and every single person in the squad. And then it blew up the Arvis and killed most of the squad. The squad actually did end up going on to do stuff, but it was so funny that that's like right where it did nothing but kill its own models. It was good for a laugh. Elite almost 300 point companion squad. Yeah. It was like his most expensive squad. And they died to a stray artillery round as they were walking on the board or landing on the board. It was great. Not looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm sorry about that, T-Slayer. Hopefully you have some good friends or family or something that you can spend some time with. I know holidays are rough for a lot of people, and I think my own family has a weird history with Thanksgiving too, that can make it difficult. But I can empathize with you, and I hope you find some joy or something to look forward to with the holiday. And if not, just lock yourself in and hopefully you can just get away from everything for the day or the week or whatever you need. They have a good save too, and I rolled 4 breaching hips on top of that. Yeah, yeah, you couldn't even get your armor save on it either. Yeah. We'll be using that mechanic in 100%. Yeah, it's just so much fun. So if families make you feel awful, you're not obligated to spend time around them. Yeah. Hope you're off Thanksgiving. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, man, some family just sucks, obviously. I mean, maybe it's not obvious to a lot of people, but it definitely is like a thing. And wait, put you here, we're doing you. All right. Yeah, just too bad how often there's always something going on with family or terrible thing. Global warming. Are you you play Warhammer or anything? You into gaming? What kind of stuff you doing? So you lurking while you paint. Oh, okay, okay. You don't have to chat too much with me. If I keep asking questions, it's okay. Just I understand your painting. That's how I watch streams. I'm normally pretty bad at just like sitting and chatting with people while I watch streams. Play 40K for 20 plus years. Nice. What was your favorite edition? 20 plus years. I'm gonna call it and say it was 5th edition was your favorite, but most old people like me preferred 5th edition. Ooh, 4th is a good one though. Yeah, 4th is really good. You'll find good company here if you like 4th edition. Thanksgiving hasn't felt the same since my grandpa died. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry about that, T-Slayer. Alright. We have pink. Magenta is finished, so let's get our next color. Yeah, 4th edition's good. Okay. Continue on with base colors, and what I learned here is Force where he started. Nice. Yeah, one of these days I'll play a game of 4th. We'll get into it. I wish I just had all the time in the world to game. It'd be cool if I could make a living just doing Twitch stuff. Like I would just be gaming. I'd be doing multiple games multiple times a week. It's always hard when people you love spend them yeah, you're right, Dunder. Okay, I'm gonna get sappy for just a second, but what I tell my son, when he's sad about things, like he spends a week or so with grandma and grandpa and all of his cousins every year, and this past year it was really rough. All the kids were really crying that last night, not wanting to leave. And what I told my son was, think about how, like, how did I say this? Like, the fact that you're sad to be leaving, or you're sad that you're missing people or something is kind of a good thing in a lot of ways, and it shows that there was a lot of good, or maybe it's the person that you miss. It shows that you really love them and they had a lot of meaning to you, and I think that's really good. Like these things aren't forever, and so we get what we can out of, our relationships and everything. And I think the fact that you miss someone so much shows how great that person was, or how important they were to you. And I think that's a good thing, right? And that's kind of like what grief is, right? Is being upset because that person or that thing meant a lot to you, and so you grieve it. But yeah, so I tell my son, like, you should be thankful that even though you're sad, it's great that you had the chance to spend all this time with your family and be away from mom and dad for a week or whatever, and that's something to remember is good. And that's why you're sad, is because everything was so much fun, or so great, and all of that. So yeah, there's always kind of an inevitability of life, right, where things get kind of, I guess, morbid and everything. But it hurts to lose grandparents and family and stuff, but it happens eventually to everybody, and we keep growing and we keep getting older, and you kind of learn to live with it. You gotta make the most of it, and realize that the other people who are in your family, if provided you have others in your family and everything, and you gotta do the same for them. You gotta make the most for them, right? I want my kids to grieve me. What do we got? Skin on. Yeah, these guys don't have as much skin going on here. I remember, it was it'll be 11 years ago. My father-in-law passed away suddenly, right before Thanksgiving. And so, we're like in that season, and we're, it's really difficult for my wife and everything, just with how unexpected everything was, right? And I remember that Thanksgiving, which was like a week after all this stuff happened. We had friends, like, we weren't gonna make Thanksgiving dinner, right? Like, that's kind of crazy thing to think about. And but we had friends invite us to their family Thanksgiving dinner, and they had a whole bunch of people and everything, and ended up being like a really nice Thanksgiving, in the context of everything going on. But I remember that as just being a really enjoyable Thanksgiving, because it was just nice that there were people that were willing to like open their home and invite us and everything. And it's weird going to someone else's family Thanksgiving if you've never done that before. More skin. It's the skin. Skin. You have skin. We used to do big celebrations. When Dad passed, it got divided. So just Mom's family. The mom passed. Less people showed up. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I get that. Man, families are crazy when deaths happen. Like, yeah, seems more often than not like families have ends up with like big rifts and everything. Yeah, my family's kind of all over the place at this point, like all over the country, so it's not super feasible to do big Thanksgiving celebrations. But I also really enjoy cooking, and I really enjoy cooking Thanksgiving dinner. And my wife has a bunch of food allergies, and I can make sure that that she's able to eat everything at the dinner table if I cook Thanksgiving dinner. So I cook Thanksgiving dinner anymore, and I prefer to do it that way. So yeah. So it's just a couple of us that eat Thanksgiving dinner. I spend every year trying to get my son to eat something new. Every year he'll try something just about every year. But the family passed away. Our family fell apart. Yeah. Yep. Right, Blue. Yeah. Yeah. Why is everybody turning crazy? One of those situations I have serious respect for my parents. Um, I know when my mom's dad passed away, her siblings are all um, awful people, and she hadn't talked to them in years. And I know that her dad had a will and everything and all that, and when he passed away, her siblings refused to like have a funeral or like a service for him, which is awful. And they wouldn't even put an obituary out for him. So like my mom put an obituary out, and they just decided not to communicate with anybody, and just like, who cares about whatever money he left, or whatever things that he wanted to give. Like, the stuff is not worth dealing with these horrible people. Yeah. I think next week I'm gonna build my Grey Knights. Nice, T Slayer. All right. We have the lack of someone changes people. Yeah. Or the introduction of available stuff turns people crazy. When like someone dies and all of a sudden there's like 6 people like, man, I always wanted that cabinet. Like, really? It's a cabinet, that's your thing? Like, this is what you're gonna like end relationships over? Is like a stupid cabinet? Like, that's I have seen that more than once. I don't understand how people turn so greedy so quick. I just imagine, like, every time I'm at my parents' house, like, just going over there and just like eyeballing the TV stand they have. Like, man, I need that TV stand. Like, my life is not going to be complete till I have that TV stand. And then like they die, and like you just like get in fist fights with your family about a TV stand. Like, that's crazy. It's like, I'm gonna die soon. Take this. Yeah, nice. Yeah. We had family. Someone passed away, and the elderly grandparent was like, that was my child that passed away. Even though they were in their 60s, I want all of their stuff back that I gave them 30 years ago. And like, the surviving partner of the person was like, excuse me? And they're like, yeah, I gave them that. Like, that's mine now. like like what? Like, what are you gonna do with this? What? Like it's not yours, and you're not entitled to any of it. That's absurd. Worried about painting the Grey Knights? What's worrying about painting the Grey Knights, T Slayer? Grey Knights are fairly simple. They have a lot of like extraneous details all over them, but in general, the color scheme isn't like, if you're painting them just like normal Grey Knights, it's not horrible. It's just a lot of like little details, like books and inquisitorial symbols and stuff that make up some different like difficult painting spots. Grants could use some new info. Yeah, they could. Yeah, understatement right there. They definitely could use new models. Maybe 11th edition, maybe 12th edition. Who knows? Okay, I think we got the dark gray on that guy. I think that's good. Yeah, we'll get some good time this evening to work on these. Good stuff. Cables. Yeah, the cables come out of the back here. I have gold and some greens to do on these. And a brown. Color for the horns on that guy, but I think he's the only one with horns like that, so. Fairly unique on his model. Okay. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in like 5 minutes or so. Or less. Probably less. But yeah, I'll be right back. We're going to continue on painting these dudes. So see you guys in just a couple minutes. All right, we're back. Let me readjust here. Continue on. Raise here. You're still doing math homework? Lame. You know, I'm really proud of the painting son. So, he's in third grade. I'm part of third grade. You do a lot of standardized testing, and he's been doing math testing, and he has really excelled at math. And he's taken two of these, like they're like diagnostic tests, and his first one, he scored high enough to where he was in the 90th percentile of kids his age for like math skills, which is awesome. Like, we're super proud. I'm proud of him no matter what, but like, he tries his best and everything. And he took his second diagnostic test, which compares it to his first one, and he is actually now in the 96th percentile in math for kids his age. So he's doing math at like halfway through fifth grade, basically, as a third grader. And this kid loves math too. Like, he is all about it. So I am super proud of him. Little math genius. Yeah. So we were chatting last night. Me and him were just hanging out, and I was teaching him how to multiply by tens really easy. So I don't think he's gotten to tens, but only up to like 100. And so I was trying to teach him like how to multiply like any number by 10, or any number against any number with zeros at the end of it. And so he was doing it and getting it. It was really cool. Yeah. So, kid's a beast. Super proud of him. And yeah. So I was trying to explain to him like what the 96th percentile means. And it's like if there are 100 kids your age, it's a good chance that you have got a better score on your tests than 96 of them. And he's like, wow, in my whole school? And I was like, no, kid. I was like, the whole country. Like, everybody. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he's doing great, though. Oh, there's my brag on the painting son today. Score high enough on math, kid, and you can be a full-time miniature painter yourself when you grow up. It's all good. Let's get this guy. He's not quite that well, but very close. Yeah. Oh, she's starting to say she's bored. Tell her teachers. My son had a really good teacher last year, and she noticed that there were like 3 kids in her class that were like excelling with like reading, basically. And my son is he is a reader. It's great. Loves to read, and he does that. And so she caught that, and she actually sent us like a note home, and decided that these couple of kids, she gave them, or she let them pick out from like certain books, like chapter books, and read them. And if they finished a chapter book, she would give them a bunch of they do like points. There's like a points thing, like an app and everything, and they can redeem the points for different awards and everything. And she's like, yeah, when they finish the book, turn it in, and I'll give them the extra credit and all this stuff. And We were like, sweet, let's do some reading. So he read an entire book in like 2 nights and passed it in. She gave him the next book. He read the next book like over the weekend. And so she gave him the next book, and he read the next book in a couple days. And then she stopped giving him books. He was earning points too fast. She's probably gonna get in trouble from her principal or something, like her boss, for just giving out all kinds of points to kids. It was the books he was reading were the Magic Treehouse books. I think, is a second grader, right? So like, books definitely right up his alley. But yeah, they're pretty easy reads. And he ended up wanting that book series for Christmas, so we ended up getting him like a bunch of them. There's like 70 books in that series. We got him a couple sets of them. But yeah, check in 10 years, see if he likes calculus. Yeah, calculus 2, complex imaginary numbers. Killed my love of learning math. Yeah, I took calculus in high school, and it was painful because I felt like I was always able to like understand math really well, and like, as it gets more complex, obviously it's more difficult, but it was always a thing like where I would try different things until it like clicked with me, right? And then once it clicked, it was easy. I could figure it out once it like clicked. Calculus was the class where like math never clicked, and it was the most like frustrating and out of place like I had ever been in school, like taking a class in school, where like no matter what I did, I could never like understand why I was doing what I was doing. And I would just go through the motions, and like I got a good grade in the class and everything, but I hated it. I hated not knowing like why I was doing the particular thing I was doing. I had a good teacher though. My calculus teacher was really good. He also owned a racetrack. That was like his main gig was like a racetrack owner, and then he just happened to also be a calculus teacher. So I mean, maybe he didn't make much money owning a racetrack, but it was like his family's racetrack they had owned for like 80 years. It just been there forever. Just Calc 1 backwards? Yeah. Doing it backwards breaks your brain, yeah. I don't remember anything about most of my high school classes, to be honest, but I did take I'm a big like history nerd. Like I love to learn about history and watch all the history documentaries. Half the YouTube channels I'm subscribed to are like history or like I don't know, kind of adjacent type channels and everything. So because YouTube, it's really easy to like that kind of stuff, even though you gotta vet your sources a little bit. But my senior year, I took 5 history classes my senior year. And because I wanted to, and it sounded like fun taking a bunch of history classes. So I was like, cool, there's all these history classes. I met my credits for most of my subjects, so I'm just going to take history classes to fill out like, a couple hours of school and then leave early. So I took 5 history classes. And one of them, to me, sounded really interesting, and it was 20th century history. I was like, oh man, this would be a really cool class. And it was like a 1 semester, like half year class. And so, yeah, I took this class. And the first day in the class, our teacher had like a little writing prompt for us, and it was literally like, hey, write to me, what do you want to learn in this class? Like, what's a subject from the 20th century you want to learn in this class? And I took the question seriously, and I was like, something that I had never like learned about, you never hear about, that I feel like would be important to learn about in the 20th century. And I was like, the thing that I think would follow this is like the Russo-Japanese War. I was like, that would be a really interesting one to learn about. So I wrote that down as like one of the things I wanted to learn about. It took place in like 1904 or whatever, like right at the beginning of the 20th century. And I remember everybody turned in these papers, and I remember my teacher flipping through these papers, just like, oh yeah, okay, just going through, just seeing what people want to learn about. And he stops, and he stares at this one for a second, and he's like, okay, who wrote the Russo-Japanese War? And I was like, what? I was like, me? He's like, I did. He's like, you really want to learn about this? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay. And at that point, I realized that this class was not actually for 20th century history. It was for kids who couldn't pass a normal history class to get an easy credit for history. That's what that class was called, or was for. So we did not do any lessons on the Russo-Japanese War. Did I think I may have taken remedial history, yeah. Yeah, stupid me looking at the name of the class and assuming that it was about that, but Mystic, what's going on? Yeah, he's gonna play a song on his guitar. He's got a dial so it can go up to 11. You see right there? He's got a little dial on his gun. He also has like like woodwind, like, I don't know, air flow areas. I don't know what you call those. Painting Life is the woodwind player, not me. So, yep. That scene in the Barbie movie where Ken plays guitar at the Barbies. I have not seen the Barbie movie, so I don't get the reference. But yes, sure, yeah. It's great. Okay, nice. I've heard it was good. You put out part 1 of your lore video? Nice. Mystic Amethyst doing lore videos, guys. Do you want to post it in the Discord? If you want to put you can either put it in, I guess technically it would be a finished project if you want to put it in there, or if you want to put it into like the going live, you're more than welcome to put the video there. Thousand Sons? We hear too much about them. Yeah, it better be on the Thousand Sons. No, I've heard it's about Night Lords. Mistaken. YouTube. Okay, so I've had a small revelation about YouTube that I really like, and there's plenty of things not to like about YouTube. With live streaming on YouTube has plenty of issues and everything, but something that's really nice as a content creator on YouTube. So when you stream on Twitch and Mystic, you definitely understand this. Like, if you're not streaming, people are not like clicking the follow button for your channel, right? Like, it is very rare that somebody like finds my channel when I'm not actually live and follows it. And so the expectation is the more you stream, the more people see your channel and the more people follow. And that can get exhausting, but that's just kind of the Twitch way. You don't exist unless you're live to people. YouTube is weird, and it's kind of been like this lately. And my videos aren't very popular. I totally understand that. It's super niche, and I'm really boring anyway. But the more I put out content, I've noticed that I'll wake up in the morning and I'll scroll through and I'll check oh man, how's my YouTube, has anyone commented on a video I need to respond to or something like that. I'll go in there and I'll have 2, 3, 4 more subscribers every morning. And maybe they're just bots or whatever. That might be a thing. It totally could be a thing. But it's, man, does it feel good? And maybe YouTube knows it, and that's what they do. But it feels good when you're I was asleep and I woke up and I have more people following my work. That's a pretty crazy feeling. I hope I can make something out of this series, because it's not a typical lore video. Okay. I'll have to go watch it. I'm curious. What does not a typical lore video entail? It's super niche. I don't see that. So, it's probably not bots. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't what's YouTube's incentive on getting bots to follow channels, but maybe to encourage people to make more stuff to get more views. But then again, is that just taking up server space? Man, I'm realizing I'm missing some spots on these guys. Yeah, what's the what would be the reason? Hey, Raja, what's going on? Oh, you're talking about ethics and stuff. Okay, dang. That actually sounds really interesting. Ooh, well, I was gonna watch it anyway, but now I'm gonna watch it even more. Classical literature, not what happened, but why it happened. That sounds cool. Yeah, no, that's exciting. You're also probably going to see a lot of views on your first video, and it'll probably drop off for a bit. So don't be discouraged if your next couple videos aren't hitting quite as hard with people. From my experience with my boring content, that's been kind of my experience, and hasn't been just 100% growth. But I think you put a lot more effort into your video. Yeah, see, it's kind of weird to tell someone you're gonna watch their video even harder. That gets kind of weird. But yeah, shut that. No. I mean, Night Lords are pretty cool, but what is this? What is this coming into my channel here and just choosing this behavior. Imagine like veins in someone's neck as they're desperately trying to absorb every syllable. I've been lurking, yeah. It's all Zen's fault. Yep. Ancient history graduate, though you don't work in the field. Yeah, that's cool though. Nice. Here you go, Amethyst. Seems like you might have at least a little crowd from here going. So she will post a link somewhere in the Discord if you guys want to. Okay, yeah, she put it in finished projects, guys. The Frankenstein's monster of Warhammer. Man, that sounds so cool. All right. Small audience, but ones, yeah, really enjoy the topics. Yeah, yeah. Keep working through this color. Tonight, I'm going to be streaming again, guys. We're going to be back with another stream. We're going to be co-streaming with Crucial Blue. Be painting minis and chatting. That'll be about it. But we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to be continuing these Noise Marines. So, probably golds and hopefully some of the greens on these minis. But if we can finish up some base colors, that'd be really nice. Yeah. I don't know. Turn this on in the background when we're eating dinner or something. Blue stream will most certainly have the better music. So I don't know, like, is it's just each of us running our own stream, right? I haven't used the Twitch like co-stream function. I tried it with someone right when like they released the beta for it, and it was like terrible. It was like a miserable experience trying to get it to work. But that was the last time I messed with it. The chats are together. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're each like doing our own stream, but everybody can read everybody's chats. Is that how it works? Against the group of old friends from VA on Tuesday nights. Oh, cool. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so that is an interesting thing, like how that would work with Restream. Like, would I have to just do it on Twitch? Each start our stream to our starting screen, connect our chats together, and that's about it. Okay, okay. And you can view them together. So I don't need to have I don't need to have like a separate thing to be like, hey, here's it's just all done through Twitch, right? Like I could just use my normal kind of Twitch setup and screen and everything, or what? Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay. Well, that'll be fun. One of you will knock on the other stream and then you join up in a separate window. Okay, sweet. So I imagine I could probably still just run OBS and Restream, right? And then just have Twitch open and accept whatever in Twitch and then just kind of continue on. Or would I just not bother starting YouTube because that might... it wouldn't get the full experience on YouTube, would it? Wouldn't bother. Yeah, just keep YouTube off for the day. Okay, for that stream. Yeah, that's probably fair. Yeah, we don't need to overcomplicate it, Blue. We can just do the kiss method here. Keep it simple. Are we kissing? Yeah, you better be compensate. Yeah, yep. It's gonna be a wild stream, guys. Oh my goodness. This is too much. That's what happens. Tuesday night stream, you get Crucial Blue and the Painting Dad streaming on a Tuesday night. It gets crazy. Absolutely wild. Just be no different from this as long as you're capturing Blue's voice in YouTube. Yeah, the thing you wouldn't get though is the integrated chat on YouTube. So, and like my YouTube audience isn't usually very big, but I also don't normally stream on weeknights, so you know, YouTube might be kind of different, but then it would be YouTube viewers coming in and just kind of being even more of a ghost town, where it's like we got 2 streams worth of people hanging out and laughing and having a good time, and then like YouTube's over there just, you know, like, hi friends, and at like a 30-second delay. Hashtag 2dads. Yeah, that's basically, yep. Is that what we're calling the stream tonight? Time for lunch. Alright, have a good one, Zan. We'll see you later, dude. No. Get that. Delete that, somebody. Blue, delete that comment. Now you talked about chat, so we don't see the other chat as is. It's only much different from the other side. It's yeah, now I'm talking to both chats. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you'll see Blue's chat though, right? Because all the chats will be the same chat from the Twitch side of it. And that's kind of my thing. It's just more of chatting with more people, probably a slightly more active chat, and then YouTube's just further in the corner. But yeah, it's probably not that different, but also for simplicity's sake, maybe not deal with it. I'm gonna stop acknowledging these. Tell the painting wife about that idea. The only dads. Painting wife, only dads. And her statement about that would be, as long as you make enough money so I don't have to work. That's what she would say. Sounds like permission to me. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Watch from here so I have no foot in it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, even Restream might have issues with it too. Restream has plenty of its own problems, so we're gonna keep it simple. And if this works out and I want to do more in the future, maybe I'll try it more with YouTube. This is also on me, basically, but it's a little bit last minute, and I'm super busy, so just going into this week, so I don't think I have the time to check and verify a bunch of stuff, so I'm just gonna surf on into this. Yeah, definitely a learning experience. Got 3 more of these guys to paint, and then I think we're gonna call this stream today. Continuing on with these base colors, and again, I'm going to continue these tonight, so more Noise Marine painting. Hello, Miss Painting Wife, how are you doing?
I'd like to interrupt this regularly scheduled programming to inform you that the Painting Son has qualified as gifted in math.
He did,
I got an email forwarded it to you.
About dang time. I was just telling everybody about that, about his math score.
Apparently a 95th percentile was required, so.
Oh, well, he got it. All right.
Here we go.
Yeah, paint it. Yep. Well, and so he did gifted testing last year. It's a second grade thing. And, we being our son's parents were of course he's gifted in everything because our kid's a genius.
Well,
right? That's just what we expected. And then they got his test and he wasn't gifted in anything, and we're like, what? I'm okay.
Our kid's weird. He thinks about stuff weird.
Yeah, our kid is weird. Yeah. He at least help him be gifted, okay? He's got to have yeah, and then he scores, 96th percentile in math. And I was just talking to my wife yesterday, how is he not gifted in math? What how many kids are they have like a limited number of kids they give the gifted, status to or something, but
the status quo.
yeah, but apparently it's to exceed or equal or exceed the 95th percentile. So look at that.
More than 2 grade levels above. It's just...
Yeah, he's doing math at like halfway through 5th grade level or whatever, so he's doing good. Yeah. Be proud parent and brag about my son. About to post a sneak peek for part 2. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What's going on with part 2 of the video? So, painting wife.
Yes.
I am painting miniatures.
Are you?
That yeah, I know, big deal, right? That they use instruments as weapons. They're called noise marines.
Real?
Yeah, and they make weapons. A lot of the weapons are called sonic blasters,
Ooh, okay.
but the weapon I'm painting now is called a blastmaster. And I kid you not, they have like wah-wah bars and dials on their weapons. And this one has like, it looks like organ pipes on it, like as part of like the barrel, but or like in the body of the weapon.
Now, when you say instrument, though.
So you see the dial though,
Yeah.
and then the pipes here, and it's got like speakers, and then he's got speakers on his backpack to make it louder. And then this, hold on, where's the dude? There's a wah-wah bar, like a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we call that an instrument. It's not being played to make music.
It is. It's just they want the music to kill people.
We have a gray area here. I don't know.
There's no gray area. They're making
still
music.
Call it simply a weapon.
It's a
Just 'cause
musical
they're
weapon.
using sonic blasts over a bullet or a laser doesn't.
It's an instrument of war. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta show you this noise. I gotta look this one noise up and show you. There's a special edition mini. I don't know if they still sell it or not. Let me see. They might.
I like how you're painting them pink also.
Yep.
Is this for you or for someone else?
It's for someone else.
Oh.
This guy. This was an actual mini they released.
It's a guitar.
Yep. He's got leopard print on his armor.
Oh, I have to get a little closer.
Yeah, he's got the foot up on it's on the Space Marine head, but he's got the high heels and everything, like an 80s rocker. And
it's the flame guitar. Wow.
And it's got a bolter on the bottom of it. You see, it's got a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's something.
Mm-hmm. Noise Marine. Yeah. And these guys are an extension of that kind of mini.
Okay.
But in the lore, when they first came around, it was a concert, and it was like an orchestra, and this lady was like making music for the orchestra, but she was like unknowingly like being influenced by chaos. And all the instruments came out, and they're all these like hideous abominations. Like she made all the instruments for the concert. And they started playing music, and anyone who wasn't like chaos corrupted was like, these are hideous sounding. But everybody else were like, these are beautiful. And then Space Marines went up on stage, and they took the instruments and started playing them as loud as they could, and were like killing people with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a name. What's the name of the concert? What was that? Yeah, that story's from Fulgrim, from the Heresy novel. There's like a whole name of the event. It's like a big deal event. that happens. But then those Marines just kind of kept those instruments, and then like, you know, other people like took those instruments and refined them and turned them into weapons. But they're like, yeah, it's beautiful music, look at this, but it's like killing people. Yep. The story does go like full body horror. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, because they'll like remove their mouths surgically and put speakers in them.
Okay.
So they can yell at people really loudly.
Huh.
And all kinds of stuff like that. So they have a couple emotional issues going on, and some you know, mental stability things to work through that maybe they don't try to work through. During the concert, people started melding together and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've
What? Like,
yeah, just like forming into like masses of flesh kind of thing. And yeah,
why? Ew.
because chaos, that's why.
It's good.
What? That's like literally one of their things, is like mutating people into the like indistinguishable lumps of flesh that are just in pain and try to kill people. Because it's chaotic. Yeah, because Slaanesh in particular. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, always fun. Yep. Oh, okay, so your story, hold on. Your next video, it's going to go over justice, order, free will, damnation, and redemption as story themes in the context of like Night Lords. Like, that's really cool. You're saying YouTube or Insta? What do you mean YouTube or Insta? Oh, for the clip. Oh, yeah. You pick whatever link is. If you're linking something, yeah, you can pick whichever one. I will. I'll definitely subscribe to your YouTube channel, and I'll check out. Check out your videos soon. At a time where I'm just chilling, I can listen to some things. Painting Wife, you playing Heroes Might and Magic?
I sure.
Nice. 3 or Olden Era? 3, okay. That's fair. What faction?
Conflux.
Conflux, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, give yourself some time to
No one's
beef
been
up.
coming after me. I'm just like getting it.
Yeah, yeah. I like playing with like the big supercharged heroes and like the end game armies, so like the big maps are fun for that.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Nice.
It's just very satisfying to play.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Mystic. I appreciate that. Did everybody see the new Warhammer game that's coming out? There's it's a Bullet Heaven, a Warhammer Bullet Heaven. So like a survivor. I think it's called Warhammer Survivors, and it has a 40k and an Age of Sigmar theme to it. So there's characters from both, and it's literally Vampire Survivors but Warhammer. I don't know if there's a lot of difference. It's very like pixelated, and there's Yeah, and you just survive for a time period. Bonfire night here tomorrow. Fireworks start going off. Oh, cool. Bonfire sounds nice. I don't know how many people are developing that game because I don't see those games as taking a ton of time to develop, but maybe they just started and it's going to be ready in sometime next year. They'll probably do a demo. Seems like a lot of games are doing demos now. I need just a little more paint here. Get this last one. Anyone else lose interest when painting the same scheme over and over? Yes. You got to keep the goal in mind, though, right? Painting to play. You know, like me, I can get this squat on the table.
That's not a two-way monolith.
Oh, whoops. Your stuff.
Oh.
Global warming, what I do, my like technique when I get bored of painting, just like batch painting so much, what I kind of do like things in stages. So what I do is I will start with the whole group of minis and I will batch paint that first color on everything. And I will continue to do that on all the minis until I'm just sick of painting all of these minis. Like, I'm sick of spending hours and hours on every color. And then I'll like cut the group in half and I'll continue on with the next color on half the group. And I'll keep doing that until I'm like totally sick of batch painting that group. And then I'll cut it in half again and I'll continue painting. And what happens is, you narrow it down until you can tolerate painting whatever group you're painting. But when you go back to the larger group, you already have a bunch of work done on them. So you're still making progress and you're still like working through stuff. It's just you're like working within your own like tolerance and your own like motivation. So yeah, if you can get that first big color that takes forever, you get that done on everybody, it makes painting everybody else a lot more pleasant. Makes it easier to get back and continue painting them too, in my opinion. When you're already like 1 or 2 or 3 steps down on the process. Back from voting? Nice, Avelios. Painting Wife and I went this morning. Voted. Organized bonfires and fireworks are fun. Idiot kids using bangers as weapon, less so. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What's setting off fireworks right now? Like, that's a weird time of year to be using fireworks. I think so. I don't think a lot of other places in the world are just cool with random people using fireworks.
Yeah. Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but are you in the UK? Oh yeah, it's November 4th, so it's going to be November 5th.
Oh.
It's Guy Fawkes night. Okay, or Guy. Yeah, okay.
See, that's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
something
dang!
is
All right,
probably
all right,
going on.
all right. Yep. I thought people in general did not care for Guy Fawkes. At least people in the UK. I could be also completely wrong about that, but it's been a while since I read anything about him. Interesting way to go at it. I finished 22 Marines with another 15 to go, but I'm flagging. Yeah. You just keep cutting down the amount you got to paint. Way to go. We burned effigies of him on the 5th, so yeah. I don't think they like Guy Fawkes very much. They're burning effigies of him. Hey, but you know what? The movie with Hugo Weaving is great. Even though he's not like playing Guy Fawkes, he's V, so. Yeah, okay. It's more of a political, it's definitely a political discussion, right? Being more supportive of Guy Fawkes or not, yeah. That's fair. I haven't seen it in a few years either. Yeah, we used to make sure we're like, oh yeah, it's the 5th of November. Let's watch V for Vendetta or whatever, but that movie has a solid cast, though. Got John Hurt's big head up on the screen through most of the movie. Stuff. Alright, I think I'm done with the gray on these minis, that base color gray. Yeah. Original Guido or Guy Fawkes was Catholic who tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Yeah, okay. We aren't either. Most things above Roman candles. Yeah, technically need permission, but yeah, that's fair, Velios, but this is America, so. Braden burned at the stake. Yeah. Oh, and so you just, symbolically burn him at the stake every year. Nice. Good government holiday. All right. Let's find someone to raid. Got here. A couple people I know. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go raid Galloway Paints. He's painting Lieutenant Titus. It's looking really good. Lieutenant Titus is painting, so we're gonna go raid Galloway Paints. And I just ask you guys to say hi, show him some love, give him a follow, and just show supportive community that we are. But I do want to thank you guys for coming to hang out, and remember that I am streaming tonight at around 6 p.m. with Crucial Blue. We're going to co-stream and chill, so it should be a good time if you want to come hang out. Thank you for the follow, Global Warming. I appreciate it. But you guys have a wonderful afternoon, and hopefully I will see you this evening. Bye, everybody.